The worst advice men have been given is express your feelings. I decided to bottle up my emotions after a long period of time, and it came out as really controversial because the man that people were used to, he was no longer there. The man that people understood, the man that people were actually comfortable with, he was no longer there. And people did not understand me for a very long time. Everyone told me it's unhealthy. Therapists say that you should actually talk more about your feelings. Your family tells you to open up. Everyone, your friends, they want to know what's going on in your life. What they didn't realize is that after a long period of frustrations, I just decided to try something new, and it genuinely worked out for me. And since that day, I actually became a very different man. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do it. For a long time, every time I was frustrated, it became like a post. I would usually post it on my status. I would usually talk about my problems. Whenever I was angry, I would go on an anger spree. I would actually become violent. I would go ahead and shout. Whenever there were comedies around, I would laugh more than everyone. I wanted to live the way the society wanted me to be. And somehow I actually thought that it would work and people would get to understand me and actually understand what I want and care for me and validate me. But somehow it didn't work. I ended up becoming really frustrated. It actually did the opposite. In the end, no one even cared or paid attention at all to me. Everyone was just like, this guy, we are used to this guy. He always talks so much, he's always there, he's always available. So, not knowing that I was actually dying inside. No one shows up for you if you're that kind of person. And it's inevitable that you'll start feeling really small. You'll start feeling like no one cares for you in the society, no one looks out for you. And this is like the worst phase you can ever be in life. No one listens to your opinions, no one takes you seriously. In fact, let me tell you something that is going to be really controversial. Women are really ruthless to such kind of people. If you are a man who cannot control his emotions, your woman will actually disrespect you, and it's inevitable she will actually cheat on you. So right now you can either choose. You can choose to continue being comfortable and unframed. You can choose to remain that way, or you can choose to bottle up your emotions and gain the respect of people and gain the love of your woman. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean don't feel emotions. Everyone feels emotions, including me, everyone. And if someone tells you that they don't feel emotions, they're actually lying to you, or they're basically not human. So what I would actually tell you is that you can feel the emotions, but be able to control them. Don't let them take control of you. Right now, you don't really know what to do. Whenever an emotion comes up, you feel a certain way, you obey it. You let it control you. You let it take over. Maybe you are angry. You let that anger take over, and you start going on an anger fit. Someone angers you and you just quick to pick up a weapon and start beating them. You're just too quick to express your emotions, not knowing that they're actually ruining you and they are making you make really poor decisions. When I was 16, actually it was one of those periods that actually changed my life. I my sister actually hid a key from me, and I was too quick to anger. I was boiling, and we started fighting. And those are the kinds of moments whereby becoming more masculine, and so you are strong actually. And so I actually choked her, and she was almost passing out. And my mom actually went ahead and called my dad. And from that day, my dad actually told me that he actually threatened me. And from that day onwards, I've actually tried my level best to control my emotions, the emotions that are destructive to me. So, feeling a certain emotion is actually pretty normal, but obeying it is different. You can feel it, but the moment you choose to obey it, then you have already failed. Maybe you feel anger, maybe you feel heartbreak, and I know the worst kind of emotion you can feel is actually heartbreak. I've been through it, and I know you've been through it. So you can feel the heartbreak. Maybe your girl cheated on you. You can feel that heartbreak, and maybe it comes with anger, and you just decide to become violent, or you just decide to do very bad things instead of actually controlling it and channeling that energy, that emotion to productivity. The best kind of revenge is actually becoming more successful. I'm always like a really petty guy, so whenever you cross me, the best kind of revenge I can think of is to become more successful than you, so that I can actually flaunt in front of you. You can see me on social media, you cannot access me. I'll just cut you off and you'll be seeing me trend. That's the best kind of revenge. Someone heartbreaks you. You can just choose, either you let that emotion consume you, or you use it to becoming the best version of yourself. That version that could make her regret why she left in the first place. The strongest men I know, the ones I look up to, they don't feel emotionless. They actually feel all the emotions that you do. The fear, the doubt, the loneliness, they feel it all. But the difference is that they choose to control it. They do not let it consume them. They just stood stoic despite all of the things that were thrown in their way. And that is why they are really successful right now, because they've actually channeled that emotion. You can actually feel fear, be weak, and then stop whatever you're doing right now. Your goals, you just stop, you abandon them. Or you can feel the fear and just choose to stand up and be brave. The difference between the brave men and the cowards is not really a big thing. The brave people also feel the fear that you're feeling right now, but they do not let it define them. They just stand up, they pick their weapons, and they go to war. And the cowards, they choose to shrink. They just choose to freeze. That's the difference. The brave people also feel fear, probably even more than the cowards, but they just choose. They think that there's no one else who is going to do this thing, so it's upon me, let me do it. And they go ahead and they do it. You can be rejected and you can let it consume you. You can let it define your future, or you can let it make you give up. You can face a heartbreak and you can just choose to lie down and keep crying like a weak person, or you can just choose to stand up and be strong. Emotions are information. They tell you something about yourself. Emotions are not commands which you have to obey. Modern culture treats emotions like kings. They expect you to tell everyone the kinds of things you're going through, to always be expressive, and that is why we have really weak men. Everything you feel must be spoken, must be validated, or must be obeyed. And that actually predicts how you live your life right now. You probably don't feel like working today, so you go ahead and you continue sleeping. You warm your bed, you take your blanket, and you go to sleep. You don't feel like doing 1, 2, 3. You don't feel like going to train. You go ahead and you sleep. You don't feel like doing this. You feel like doing it today, so you go ahead and do it. You don't feel like doing this. You don't go ahead and do it. You feel like you are uncomfortable with this, and it actually serves your future. But because you are uncomfortable, you don't do it. That is the kind of life you are living right now. Can you realize how pathetic that is? Do you think that your ancestors did whatever they wanted or they felt like? They did not feel like it. And that is how being a man is. You do the things that you don't feel like doing every day. I did not feel like recording this video, but I just decided to do it anyway. It's almost midnight right now, but I'm still recording. If you're not disciplined right now emotionally, no, you will never become dangerous in life. Your dreams will just remain like that. Dreams, they will never become reality to you. You'll just keep being a dreamer. And there will always be competition. People like me, I will always be better than you because you are just there, you're dreaming while I'm actually taking action. So I'm always going to be your competition. And do you think you will actually beat me if you continue dreaming and not executing? No, I will always beat you. And continue just resting like that, because it means there is no other winner. You're making my life actually really easy. Feelings are not bad, they're actually temporary. You just feel them for a certain period of time. You'll never feel a certain feeling your whole life. So you might actually do something because of your feelings and actually go ahead and regret it very much. Look at your leaders. They've always been able to control their emotions. Whenever everyone panics, they're always there plotting. Whenever everyone reacts to things really quickly, they are there. They are just patient and waiting calmly. They don't overreact. They don't show emotions. It's not that they don't feel the emotions. They actually have learned how to control their emotions. And that is why the greatest leaders are usually the ones who don't have much emotions. That is why they are able to win. They are able to maintain a calm head despite all of the crazy things going on around them. Don't try to feel better. You don't actually need to feel better. The way you're feeling right now, that's perfect. You just need to feel like that, and you need to build value like that. You need to use that, channel that kind of energy into something more productive. Build value regardless of how you feel. And the difference that will make changes everything. Let me know if you want a full guide on how to control your emotions. Become the greatest your bloodline has ever seen. And then pass it down.